Hello, Peachies. Welcome back to Dear Peachy. Are you always thinking about being more creative with your eye makeup but struggle to come up with new looks? Do you find yourself scrolling through endless tutorials but still feel uninspired? You're not alone. Today, we've got the perfect inspiration for you. We're thrilled to introduce a rising star in the world of beauty, RouGui, a talented makeup guru, making waves on XiaoHongShu. RouGui is known for her stunning creativity and impeccable skills. Whether it's an art piece, a beautiful scenery, or anything else, she can transform it into a breathtaking eye look. With her stunning eye looks, RouGui is steadily gaining more and more followers on her profile. So don't forget to check out her page on the app. In this video, she'll be showcasing 4 vibrant eye looks that capture the essence of summer. Get ready to be mesmerized by dazzling shades of blue, pink, green, and purple, each with a touch of shine. Whether you're looking for a bold statement or a subtle sparkle, RouGui has got you covered. Without further ado, let's dive into the magic of summer colors with RouGui. Let's dive into the first look, the Ethereal Sunset by the Sea. This enchanting look combines purplish hues with refreshing icy blue sparkles, giving it a fairy-like charm that's simply irresistible. For this look, RouGui is using the NYX Ultimate Vintage Jane Baby Palette. To begin, grab a larger blending brush to lay down the cool blue shade from the palette as the base color for your lid. Apply the shade close to the lash line and gradually blend it up to the crease. Be sure to layer a bit more at the outer corner. Blend the shade on the outer third of your lid and blend it diagonally upwards towards the end of your brows. This technique makes the shade appear richer in that area, creating a longer eye look. A tip from us: for those who have pigmentation around your lid, always prep your eyelid with an eye primer or layer it with a nude or light beige shade all over. This will help the colors cling to your skin better and improve their vibrancy and staying power. Next, take the mauve pink shade from the palette with a medium eyeshadow brush. Apply the shade right above the crease and blend it downward to seamlessly blend with the blue eyeshadow. Then swipe the mauve pink shade back and forth to bring the shadow towards the inner corner and the outer end. Finally, use a clean blending brush to blend the outer edge of the eyeshadow, making it appear more natural. Switching to a fine eye detail brush, RouGui takes the same mauve pink shade and lines it right below her lower lash line. Next, grab your trusty liquid liner pen and fill in a fine line just at the outermost corner of your eyes. Extend a straight line from it, then lightly trace the liner along your lower lash line. We notice that RouGui fills it by landing her liquid liner slightly away from her lash line and then drawing the line towards the point where it aligns with the inner edge of her iris. If you're not skillful enough with liquid liner, we recommend using either a pencil liner and smudging it out a little afterwards with a fine edge brush, or simply filling in this line with a brown eyeshadow. This will give you a softer, more forgiving look while still defining your eyes beautifully. Next, take the same fine eye detail brush and pick up some purplish blue shade. Lightly trace it along the groove along the eye socket between your eyes and the bridge of your nose. This line accentuates the shape of your eyes, making them appear deeper and more defined. To add an ethereal look to the entire eye makeup, apply white liner just above the brown liner you applied earlier. Lightly trace the other end so that its tail is faintly connected to the crease of the lid. You can use the detail brush in blending it in. Going back to the purplish blue shade, use the detail brush to add the shade right above the white liner on the upper lid and right below the lower lash liner. This helps to tie all the colors together, making the eye look more harmonious. To make the colors look more defined and clean, RouGui uses a smaller brush to pick up the white shade. She dabs it at her inner corner and blends it upwards into the inner region of the lid, just below the purple liner filled in earlier. Then, she brings the shadow down to the lower inner lid region as well. The white liquid liner is added to the lash line close to the inner corner to open up the eye space and widen her eyes. The silver metallic sparkle shade is dabbed onto the middle region of the lid using fingers. Start by dabbing it from the lash line and blend it out within the crease towards the inner region of the lid. Some is also lined along the under-eye fat region to accentuate it. If you have any gold sparkle eyeshadow, dab it right in the middle of your lid, just above the silver sparkle eyeshadow. Bring the sparkle above the crease this time. RouGui further lines it above the purple liner for that extra dimension. The gold sparkle resembles the reflection of sunlight on the waves of moving seawater, while the silver sparkle reflects the light from the water. Finally, with your favorite pair of lashes, this look elevates to a whole new level of goddess-like beauty. Now let's move on to the second look, Flowers in the Summer Meadow. This look features a tinge of green inspired by the wide pasture, a touch of pink from the flowers, and a base of blue from the sky. For this look, RouGui is using the NYX Utopia palette and the China homegrown brand, Chenyan. RouGui starts off the look by taking the mauve-pink shade from her Chenyan palette with a round tapered brush. She traces a curved line following the groove between her eyes and the root of her nose. Next, she uses a medium-sized eyeshadow brush to apply the light green shade from the palette to the outer third of her eyes. She blends the shade upwards and outwards at the outer corner, and slightly blends it into the outer region of the crease groove just below the brow bone to make her eyes look deeper. Switching to a smaller detail brush, she lines the same light green shade along the lower lash line for a refreshing look. Next, she picks up the light blue shade and adds it right in the middle of the crease groove. The shade is blended back and forth to merge seamlessly with the green shade at the outer region, and is brought towards the inner region. Moving to the NYX Utopia palette, she takes the warm almond shade and layers it on the inner region of her lid with a medium-sized brush. She blends this shade out to seamlessly merge with the green and blue eyeshadows. To make the eye look more synchronized and balanced, she adds the same shade to the lower inner lid region. Again, RouGui uses a white shade to brighten her inner corner. She blends the shade up to the area below the mauve-pink liner. A super fine extended liner is traced at the outer corner. You may extend it until the end of your brows. And the lower lid liner is drawn along the lash line until it reaches the inner edge of the iris. Using the rose pink shade from the palette, RouGui deepens the color of the pink liner, creating a faux cut crease look that adds more dimension to the eye makeup. Then she traces another winged liner using the pink shade, just above the liquid liner, giving the look a wing-like effect. She goes back to the green shade from earlier and deepens its shade at the outer corner within her crease. Now, RouGui grabs a pink gel liner and creatively adds 2 more lines above the liquid liner and another below it. She also traces a white liner below the pink liner for added depth. To maintain the balance of the eye look, she traces the shade at the lower lid along the outer region of the under-eye fat. The last touch to the look, the gold sparkly eyeshadow, is dabbed right at the middle of the upper lid and traced at the middle of the under-eye fat. Then, it is also lined below the pink liner at the front of her eyes. And there you have it! A colorful eye look that is energetic and refreshing at the same time. The color combination really pops with its gold sparkle. It's just too cute to look at! The third look, Purple Sunset on the Beach. The coolness of the purple collides with the warm brown and gold sparkles. We can already imagine that this look matches perfectly with a night out date at the beach. RouGui is using the NYX Utopia palette for this look. With a rounded head brush, she takes the cool purple tone from the palette and applies it to the lash line and within the crease. She blends the shadow back and forth to ensure it extends towards the outer corner and inner region of the upper lid. The same shade is blended along the lower lash line to widen the eyes. Next, using a bigger blending brush, she takes the warm orange shade and lightly adds it to the entire region above the crease. She swipes the eyeshadow to bring the shade up to the groove along her eye socket. Then she blends the same warm orange shade to the lower lash line right below the purple eyeshadow to warm up the look. Using the warm mauve shade, she adds this color to the area between the purple and orange eyeshadows right at the crease. She blends it from the outer corner to the middle region of her lid along the crease. The white eyeshadow is added to the inner corner to brighten her eyes, just like in the previous look. Then, a superfine eyeliner is applied at the outer end of her eyes to elongate their shape. It is also traced along the lower lash line from the outer corner to the inner edge of her iris. The look isn't complete without a touch of gold sparkle. She dabs it onto the middle of her upper lid and under eye fat, adding a little bit more to her inner corner. And voila! The look is done. Although this look is simple and easy to recreate, the final outcome is jaw-dropping. The magnificent aura it exudes is simply unstoppable. Last but not least, the fourth look, the night on the pond. This look is filled with so many colors, just like a pond reflecting all the lights that shine upon it. The clash of colors is harmonious, making this piece of art a true pleasure to look at. First, take the warm pink shade with an eye detail brush and line it along the groove between the eye socket and nose root. Using the same warm pink shade, take a big blending brush and blend it at the outer end of the upper lid. Blend the shadow from the outer corner towards the middle of the lid. To create a more intense look, RouGui uses a flat brush to reapply the same warm pink shade at the outer corner, deepening its color. She focuses on the outermost region of the lid and blends it out within the crease. She then uses a clean blending brush to blend out the outer edges of this region, ensuring it seamlessly blends into the pink shade she applied initially. She also lines the same shade along the lower lash line to unify the colors of the look. A light, icy blue shade is then applied to the inner region of her upper lid with a flat, medium brush. The eyeshadow is blended out towards the inner corner and brought towards the pink eyeshadow. Don't forget to blend it upwards to connect its shade to the pink liner you filled in just now. RouGui also adds the same shade to the inner third of her lower lid region using a smaller blending brush. Then, she takes a little more and pats it on the middle upper region of her lid. She lightly dabs it out so it can connect both the pink and the blue eyeshadow at the outer and inner regions of her lid. Use a blending brush to blend out this area and ensure they blend together perfectly. RouGui fills in a brown liner with a slight lift to enhance her eye shape. Again, she tightlines the lower lash line using the same method mentioned previously. Next, she lines a teal blue sparkle precisely with a fine tip brush right above the brown liner and connects its other end to the crease fold. The gold metallic eyeshadow is also dabbed onto the middle region of her lid and under eye fat. After applying mascara and falsies, this look simply turns you into the spotlight among the crowd. It's breathtakingly beautiful. We bet it's a showstopper that everyone would stop to compliment how great your eyes look. So, which one is your pick? Well, don't ask us because we just can't choose. In fact, you can try all of the looks and tell us which one you love the most on you. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye.